Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Live China Music Podcast. I'm Will Griffith.
And I'm Elie Rosenberg.
We're so happy to have you back while we dive into some of the new tunes coming out of China.
And we're also really happy that we are now available on all of the podcast players. You should be able to find us on Google, on Apple, on Spotify, and all of that good stuff.
All right. And if you want to check out the RSS feed, just head to livechinamusic.com and you can pretty much, it'll bring you to wherever you want to go to from there.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a wild week.
Are you referencing the waivers?
Yeah.
The great wild chase of music waivers? You're gonna have to explain that to people. What these waivers are actually.
When we share music for the podcast, we always get in touch with the artists and their label if they have one, just to make sure that they're aware that we're going to talk about their music, and also to make sure that they agree and are okay with us using parts of their tracks. So we sign waivers with them to make sure that everything's cool.
Mm-hmm. Easy on paper, but in actually, yes, finding every band or label can turn into a wild goose chase.
Well, I think maybe we just got a little bit arrogant there, because it was for a podcast, an episode that we've already recorded, that we did before Chinese New Year. And we thought, we'll definitely get in touch with those people. There's no way, we won't be able to reach them within 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, that did not turn out correct.
Yeah, but eventually it got all sorted. Everyone's happy and we're all good to go. I was thinking, for a wild week, we should start talking about a wild track and a wild album, which is by Green Deer, Jing. And the album name in English is translated Black Sun, and in Chinese it's 光照不到的地方.
So this band is from Ningbo. They kind of like blew up on the scene maybe like 4 or 5 years ago with their debut release, and then like got quiet very quickly. Like they just kind of like were basically hunkering down and just I guess we're just quietly like preparing this sophomore release.
Yeah, so I think maybe we can listen to the title track and get back to everyone.
What I like about this band is there's something unapologetic about just how many different genres they're just bringing into their sound. It's kind of all over the place. Some might even say derivative, but I just find it so charismatic and so confident the way they're just able to like throw in post-punk, some math rock, and just kind of get this really... It's fun. That's yeah. At the end of the day, this is a fun kind of band, and this is a fun sound.
Yeah, and I think it sounds like a band that's quite tight. I know there's something efficient about the way those tracks go, and high energy, as you were saying. And why I was talking about being wild, because it's something that appears a lot in various tracks and in the album notes, where they refer to this album as a call to freedom. And the this track is also really interesting in it's saying like the light where light doesn't shine, and it's very, very high energy and very passionate in what he's describing. There's another track as well where he's talking about mountains calling and wanting to embrace nature, and like being called to just embrace life, just take the passion of life. And I think it translates very well in the music as well, in terms of like higher level of energy and just gets you running kind of thing.
Yeah, it is a very cathartic kind of sound. You do kind of get riled up just listening to these tracks, and you kind of it does take on this energy where you just want to just throw your arms up in the air.
Yeah. So I hope people will enjoy the track and the album. It was released. When was it released? It was
released like I think only like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. Yeah. And so hopefully that means there's a tour not too far behind, but yeah, we'll see.
Neat. So after spending some time on the wild side, how about we go and hang out with some sheep and cows?
Sounds good. Where are we going with this? Are we going down south? We're going to your neck of the woods?
Well, yeah, I guess we're going with Jing and her track Yang. So Sheep and Cows is the title of the track. The first time I saw her was a few years back in Dali, and a friend of mine told me, "Oh, you come over." There's like a few people playing, and she was performing, and she crushed it. She was by far way better than everyone else that night, and that impressed me. And this track has impressed me as well. I'm not sure she's based in Dali anymore. I think she might be in Chengdu or something like that.
I think it's kind of hard to pin down where exactly. All I know is like she's very much a nomad, I guess. She kind of just moves around, collecting sounds, doing like kind of this quasi ethno research on these different cultures and the instruments they use, and kind of is always curious, and just kind of expanding her palette.
Well, she's in Africa right now.
Oh, gee, speaking of, wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure which country. She didn't say, but we exchanged briefly, and she said, "Oh, I'm in Africa." Well, okay, cool. So how about we listen to this Yang track?
成都的冬天比北方更激烈，所有的人却期待着雪。唯有不长寻的才值得等待，而我只愿唱着歌儿迎来春天。有些牛羊失去了草原，有的人儿丢掉了信念，传承与爱存在下的拥抱之间，此刻也已没有了语言。反正都要失去所有的东西，反正终究也会离开这里。
Yeah, it just has there's a quiet beauty about this kind of track. It's a very patient song, feels very organic in some way, and I just kind of am easily swayed by this.
There's, I think, a quality to her voice, which is something which you've heard other people in the same kind of way of singing, but she does it well, and the track is just it works in terms of building up slowly to this part in the middle, which is like the chorus. I think comes in only twice, which has a really emotional moment where the sheep and the cows come in play. I thought it was quite well written. Some cattle and sheep have lost their grasslands. Some people have lost their faith. Sincerity and love exist in the moment of laughing embrace.
Yeah, like exactly. This could easily, in anyone else's words or anyone else's voice, could come across as like corny or just kind of gimmicky. But here there's a sincerity to it all that I think really works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get a little more rambunctious now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things I also found out this week, because we launched the first episode a few days ago, and we had quite a few downloads, more than just our immediate family and friends, and that was a nice surprise. And I just want to say to people that don't know us personally, welcome to the Freak Show, which is one of the tracks on the next band's album, TheWhiteMusk. They have really great track titles. Do you want to talk a little bit about the TheWhiteMusk?
So this is basically I guess you can say, rockabilly, proto-punk, just really old school rock and roll from Guangzhou. And these kind of bands are kind of, they're a rare breed. It's not exactly a sound that young kids really want to get into. So whenever I find one, I try to just hold on to it as long as I can. Yeah, it's just, so much fun.
One of the titles is called Billy, Don't Puke on Your Suit.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So let's just listen to Leather Biker for now.
Yeah. No complaints there. There's not too much music that I can just call whiskey soaked. And yeah, this is the kind of music that just feels like it was born to be played in a dirty, grungy bar.
Yeah, it's noisy, it's rough, it's unapologetic, and it's so much fun.
And sadly, though, I can't really confirm this, but on their Bandcamp, they do say this is probably going to be their first and last album. So it's quite a way to go out.
Okay, well, we'll see. Who knows with bands, especially whiskey-soaked bands.
Exactly. Let's lighten the mood a little, huh?
Sounds good to me. And we're going to talk about Chronic, a track from ihateEmmett.
I saw a guy with smoke coming out of his cheeks. I haven't been pierced, but I really wanna have a try. He told the whole process as if there was no pain at all. Then he lit another cigarette and squeeze out the weird smile.
Are these guys based in Shanghai? Because he mentions the West Bund at some point in the album.
Yeah, have to give some love to Shanghai. I love bands that kind of, speak about their city like this. We've all been on dates on the West Bund if you've lived here long enough. This is started as the bedroom project of Malaki.
I think Malika, but I'm not sure.
Malika. Okay. And so this kind of sound has kind of always been popping up in cities across China, particularly in Shanghai, where we have quite a few of these. I guess we could call them like bedroom pop, city pop bands that kind of do that very woozy guitar sound and, those fuzzy, warm synthesizers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very nice, kind of fun headspace to just jump into.
Yeah, and that's, again, an artist that I hadn't heard of before, so I got to thank you for this. I really enjoyed this particular track and just went to explore the rest of their music and the whimsical lyrics and, what you're saying, the warm, fun, like synths. Very nice.
Yeah, it's an easy sound, and this band is like pretty. I mean, I think he's been making music by himself for a while, but like as a full band, they've kind of are just putting their foot in the door, and so I'm excited to see where they take it from here.
Now we can maybe move on to a band that's a bit more established, or maybe more like long, like it's been going on for a while. Is Wasted Laika.
Yeah.
We've known these cats for a while now.
Oh yeah, I can remember doing I did a show with them. I can't even remember. It must have been like 2017, 2016 at DDC when they were just kind of a young, hungry band just starting off. And so it's been crazy to see how much they've grown over the years.
And so they have a new album. And I just saw today, I was on the good old Instagram, and they just remembered that they should share the new album on Instagram as well. So they posted the cover just today. And we're going to talk about a track called Tugo, Gambling Dog. And let's just hear it for a minute first.
可是为什么所有的风吹到我肩上就停了？又是为什么每一轮月亮在我身上都透不出影子？为什么所有的风吹到我肩上就停了？又是为什么每一轮月亮在我身上都透不出影子？
I spent quite a bit of time on the lyrics of this track, actually, because I've got several of my friends that have told me, Chinese friends have told me how they think that Wasted Laika with a couple other bands are right now some of the more interesting ones in terms of lyrics, of the writing. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. And I spent a bit of time on this song. And then I went to a friend of mine and just to make sure if I had it right. And he told me, I can't really understand his texts because he writes in a very hazy style where it's difficult to extract actual meaning. But I ended up coming up with a sentence to describe it. And he said, well, okay, that kind of works. It's a story of an eternal loser who'd rather make a bad bet than be mediocre.
I like that.
And if you listen, he mentions Russian roulette at some point. He mentions also Jiang, which if you've been in China for long enough, you know that's a brand of cigarettes. And so it's kind of a character that is full of lust for life, but not necessarily making the best life decisions.
Well, I mean, from the sound of it and the way that like, as you say, people talk about Wasted Laika is that they seem to be, I guess, hitting a nerve, but doing it in a more artistic way of like speaking to the issues or the existential crises that I guess young adults are going through right now in China. Very much in the way I've seen someone threw the comparison of like Arcade Fire at me at one point. It didn't hit at first, but I was like, okay, I now I can kind of hear it now, or now I can kind of envision that. And how like that band kind of tapped into the angst of young people through their own, I guess, methods. But musically, completely different
worlds,
different ballpark here. I really like this kind of, because there's quite a few bands like kind of dipping their toes into this kind of sound, this kind of cabaret Eastern European kind of rock and roll with a bit of surf in there. It's really cool, and I really like the instrumentation on this.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Wasted Laika, for this great track, and the album is great as well because it's very varied. The tracks, they're not all in this style. I think the opening track is more of a ballad or a quieter kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And just from song to song, you remain surprised, and it's always, I think, well written and strong album. This one too.
Awesome. Definitely recommend checking out that album, Red Butterfly, Green Peacock. I'm sure it's going to be on plenty of people's year-end lists come next December.
Are you ready for this track, though?
Whoa, where are we heading back to?
We are heading back to your favorite place, the DIY scene of Zhengzhou and Ji미的猜想.
English name is The Equation of Love and Death.
The track is called 屋顶的牙, the rooftops tooth.
没有赢过一场比赛，真的什么事都没有做。想要什么？1, 2, 3, 4。
跟着时间缩紧，我的残骸被丢向屋顶，逼着我呼吸，呼吸。
Yet again, another band that proves that Henan is just like a hotbed for young, amazing bands at the moment. Particularly ones, who kind of have this visceral kind of emotional noise rock quality to them. But this is the equation of love and death. And yeah, pretty gnarly.
It's gnarly, and they have that guitar sound which I think a lot of Chinese bands have. I don't know, how would you describe it?
Lots of feedback, very jangly, I guess you could say. It's very lo-fi yet with lots of intensity at the same time. It's kind of like it's catnip to my ears. This kind of guitar sound.
Oh yeah. It's a good track, and I think I have to start a debate with you. I have to start a debate with you again.
Okay, go on. I knew you were gonna do this. Just lay it out there, and we'll see what the listeners think.
So on the album, there's a couple other tracks that I thought were really of note. One of them is they did a cover of the Cranberries, which was surprising to me.
Well, was it a cover of the Cranberries, or was it a cover of Fei Wong?
Ah, right. Well, that's actually a good point. I think a lot of music has come into China covered by Taiwanese or Hong Kong artists, and yeah, you pointed out it's the who covered the Cranberries' Dreams?
Fei Wong.
Oh, Fei Wong, right? Yeah, that's right.
From Chongqing Express. It was basically the song that just played throughout that movie.
Okay, now I get it, because I thought it was interesting to have a much younger, generation would play this song that was that I really enjoyed when I was young. Okay, so Chongqing Express, that makes sense. And then the other track, I think it sounds a lot like Blink-182's Anthem Part 2. And Will, you disagree?
All right. Equation of love and death, please get back to us so that Elie can sleep soundly at night.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what the hell is going on in Zhengzhou and Henan? It's great to see, and looking forward to hearing some more.
We should take a work trip there, maybe, huh?
Yeah. Go to 7. I guess that's the big live house. Where's a smaller place in Zhengzhou?
Well, you have the sister city right next to it, the Xinjiang. So you have what's over there, which, oh gosh, it's skipping my brain. Not Arc. Arc is gone. It's gonna bug me now. Crow. I think Crow is one of. No. Okay, nope. Okay, you got seven Lifehouse. That's enough for now. I forget all the others.
Okay.
Apologies to all the venue owners out there.
So, what do you got planned for the next week? So, anything exciting music-wise?
pretty quiet this week, but next week, one of the bands we mentioned on our first podcast, Wish Today, they just sold out their show at a venue here in Shanghai. So I'm very excited to see these guys because clearly they're onto something.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, congrats. Wish Today.
Yeah.
And other than that, just trying to plan. I have a bunch of shows happening in the second half of March and April and May. So trying to just get all my ducks in a row.
Nice. I'll be flying to Bangkok tomorrow. I'm headed to Bangkok Music City, taking one of our bands, Haha Master, to perform there. That's going to be fun.
Cool. You sure you're not just going to put them on a bus and bring them to the border of Myanmar? Just something that your label does, huh?
That was the plan, but now that we're recorded, I guess they'll just have to do the show.
Don't worry, Haha Master. You're safe now. That should be fun, though. Bangkok. All right. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah, Bangkok's always fun. Hang out with a lot of friends and see some cool bands. I mean, Millie is one of the band's artists performing. You know, she played Coachella last year. And Kiki is a rising star in Thailand as well.
Oh, yeah. Kiki is awesome. Yeah, I've seen
There's
Kiki.
a Japanese band called Panorama Town, which we're excited about. And the Grogans from Australia. And lots of really cool bands.
All right. Well, yeah, are we getting better at this, everyone? I think we're slowly getting the hang of this.
Hopefully we are. And if we are, remember to rate us, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, and do all that good stuff. Just, be safe out there, be good, and enjoy good music.
Awesome. Till next time, Elie. Till next time, listeners. Everyone, thank you once again for joining us on this journey. And yeah, tune in next time.